Well, my parents were married when I was conceived and born, but not to each other. They were both waiting divorce. Legally, you were required to. In both cases, the marriages had failed. Mum had been going out with her fella for 6 years, devoted to him, and she says apparently it lasted only 6 weeks married, and she realised this was definitely the wrong bloke. That was the end of that. Dad, on the other hand, returned home from the Second World War to a letter. Well, actually, before he got home, he received a letter that said, sorry, I've found someone else. Basically, it said that. And, Dad had been told in the sands of Egypt by a fortune teller his friend had led into, contrary to Dad's totally secular and non-miraculous view of life, and had told him that he would marry a red-headed woman and have a son. Well, that son is Marshall, and he would be associated with fame. Do you mean famous? No, associated with it. And palmist seer of very materialistic background told me at a decisive late teenage that I would be successful. Oh, how do you mean? Well, his view of success was very materialistic, and I rejected that. That was not what I valued. And I find I am successful. I found God and life eternal. How amazing. How can someone be born of God that, like the Matthew's genealogy of Jesus lists 4 women that are a rather doubtful repute and circumstances of birth, be born of God? Well, they're born of God because that's what God has. Thank you, Heavenly Father. You see, we all come forth from this lower world of good and evil. It's a scary sort of place, to put it mildly. But God is wonderful, all-powerful and all-loving, and we are His children. And there are traumas in childhood, but they're small and they're passing, transitory. For an adult life, in the full society of our Heavenly Father's host family, in heaven, eternal, utterly wonderful. Thank you, Dad.